The
So,
first thing I have to ask is obviously with the coronavirus pandemic, a lot's going on. What's your current situation? How's your living situation? Who are you with? What are things like where you are?
I'm cool, man. I live with my wife and my daughter. We cool, man. We save home. I'm the only one who really go out for train and shopping and stuff. But my wife and my daughter stay home all the time. And the training so is different. It's just me and the coach and two teammates. That's it. We split it up. Strength and condition in the morning, and we drill in the afternoon. So yeah, we kind of keep it safe.
Right. So as for training, I know you said it's just you, the coaches, maybe two or three teammates. You are preparing for a fight. Has that been a major factor in your camp? Is there anything like where you haven't been able to do things because you don't have as many people in the gym?
No, I mean we used to do a lot of classes, and we used to get involved in a lot of jiu-jitsu classes, kickbox classes, and and you'll have more people with you around you, push you. But I mean, it is what it is. We adapt. I mean, we split it up. My strength and condition now is only one by one by myself, me and my coach. Uh, Pair work, and we sparring Saturdays with the two different teammates. But most of the work now is done by myself, me and one of my striking coach or my grappling coach.
Absolutely. And of course, it's been talked about almost everywhere the way UFC fighters and the UFC are moving forward with the coronavirus pandemic. There are a lot of takes on both sides of the issue as to whether or not it should be happening. But you've been one of the fighters who's been in the forefront of things. You've been right in the mix with UFC 249 that was originally postponed, and now the new UFC 249. Can you tell us what it was like to be on that card for the April 18th date and how everything shook out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm honored to be part of such a big card of this. Uh, I told my manager I will be ready, no matter what. If it was the 28th, it was the 18th, or whatever is next. So they keep me on the card because I always reach to my manager and say that I'm ready to go. I mean, no matter what. This now is more mental than physical. You gotta be ready to fight. I'm always ready to fight, man. I believe I born for this. So I mean, there's an honor for me to be a part of such a big show like this.
Absolutely. And you say it's an honor to be part of such a historic show and a show that's probably going to be the only live sporting event going on in the United States at that time. Are there any concerns that you have about the coronavirus and the protections that are in place for the event? I know Dana White has been he's been holding things close to the chest, hasn't really given too many specifics. Do you have any worries about the coronavirus as a UFC fighter?
I think they trying to do it as safe as possible. I know we're gonna get tests before we fly to Florida. We have a lot of precaution and safety stuff that we have to do when we get there. I believe that UFC is taking care of everything, and we going down there we're gonna be safe and taking care, and they're gonna do everything possible to make it as safe as possible. But I do, of course, I do concern for everybody outside and everything is happening. I mean, you gotta be aware of everything. But I think we're gonna be good.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said that you will be tested for COVID-19 before going out to Florida. Has the UFC told you that they will be providing tests for yourself, your cornermen and women if they're going, and your manager if he or she happens to be going?
Yes, absolutely. They text us last. I think we had an email last week asking for the address. Me, my two coach, my two corners, and they will test us before we fly down there. And when we get there, I think we're gonna get tested too and submit a bunch of other safety stuff.
Right. And you mentioned that you are going with two coaches. I know the UFC normally allows for three. Is your decision to bring two related to the coronavirus, or is that just the way that you operate?
Yeah, I think they cut it out in in the corners. Going to be less corner this time for everybody. Uh, yeah, but my third corner is anyways is Eric. Eric is from Extreme Couture, so he's gonna be in Francis Ngannou corner. So he gonna be there already. But I'm just bringing
Absolutely.
two corner. Yeah.
Right. And of course, different MMA promotions have kind of handled things differently. You have the UFC who's going forward with events, trying to find places where they can hold the event safely and according to the law. You have promotions like Bellator and the PFL who have suspended events. And the PFL recently made headlines by saying that they were going to be paying fighters a monthly stipend of sorts, an amount of money per month because the fights were not going on. Has the UFC said anything to you about checks when fights are not taking place?
I know they say if we need anything of we any of our family need anything, or we go any type of situation we get struggle, just reach out. They will help us. But about money wise, no, I don't think so. But if we need money, I bet I'm 100% sure they will help us. I'm not in that situation because I still work. I have a part-time job, so thank God I can live with it. Even if I don't fight right now, I'm still gonna.
And what is that part-time job, if you don't mind me asking?
I work in the safety office for River Public School. So right now the school is closed, but we still provide food for family that doesn't that unfortunately can afford right now. So we're still gonna serve lunch. So I still do part time, like 10 to 2 o'clock, and we still get paid like a full time. So
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. I know the people that you're helping out would probably greatly appreciate that. And one more question about coronavirus type stuff, if you don't mind. Obviously, with a cage fight, there is inherent risk. It's something where you can get hurt, things can happen, but this is a special situation because now it's a global pandemic. Has the UFC kind of altered their pay scale? Are you receiving more money for fighting during the coronavirus pandemic?
no, the same money, man. The contract is the same.
Right.
Yes, I was hoping to get more money, but no, man. We also we fight because we want to fight. I mean, they don't force us to fight. You can't say no right now. There's no hard feeling right now. I want to fight, so I'm fighting. But they do
Yeah.
told us that we don't have to put ourselves in this situation right now.
Absolutely. And moving more towards fight-oriented questions, you were undefeated. You won on the Contender Series. I had the pleasure of interviewing you prior to that, and you won in your UFC debut, and what a knockout that was. Going into this fight with Greg Hardy, you're undefeated still. What's it like being undefeated, and do you feel like there's any added pressure having that zero in the loss column?
Absolutely not, man. I think I become undefeated and a better fighter when I lost. I lost 4 fights in a row as an amateur. That make me a better man. That make me a better fighter. Now I went every time I walk to the fight. I'm not really care about win or lose. I want to implement my game plan, have fun, and the result will show up. So I have no pressure, zero pressure on this. And this is UFC. You can't be undefeated forever. I mean, unless if you're Khabib,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna lose one day, and I make peace with that a long time ago. I mean, gonna happen, gonna happen. I'm gonna give it all. Every time I step up in the cage, I'm gonna give 100%.
Right, and 100% is exactly what fans are expecting in this fight with Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy is a big name. He's a former Pro Bowler in the NFL. He's come over to MMA and made a big splash. He's a guy who does have a controversial past, a checkered past, in addition to his big name. Was that anything that stood out to you when this fight was booked? Did you ask for Greg Hardy, or did the UFC give Greg Hardy to you as a fight offer?
No, I begged for this fight. Actually, there was never a fight they give it to me. They keep asking me. I remember Mick Manning and my manager keep saying, "Do you really want to take this fight?" I say, "Yeah, this is the fight I won." The guy got a name. People gonna want to watch this fight. I mean, either you like him or you hate him. He's making good progress. I think he is one of those guys who are gonna get better with time. I mean, I don't know him personally. I'm talking about the athlete. I think he's getting better, and in a year or two, he's gonna get even better. He's super athletic, big for the division, athletic. He got all those. In a year or two, I think he's gonna be too good. Uh, I think now is the time to fight him, and I asked for this fight.
Absolutely, and both of you are known for having a ton of knockout power. How do you see this fight playing out, and do you think you hit harder?
I mean, you can go by facts. I mean, this is the deal. I gotta give you a deal. When was the last time you see Greg got knock someone out?
I don't remember.
Yeah, but every time I fight, I knock people out cold. I'm
Right.
talking about not TKO. If I touch them, they go out cold. I mean, I do. He's a big guy. We both big. There's a 50-50 shot. But I don't remember he ever knocked someone out. He got a TKO. He got 5 fights in UFC. 2 was TKO. 2 he got DQ, and 1 he lost. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he probably hit hard, but I'm 100% sure that if I touch him, either with a right hand, left hook, anyone, I'm pretty sure I'm going to put him out.
Right. So I'd imagine that that prediction is a knockout. Do you have a round in mind? Is there are you game planning around a specific round?
I no, gonna depend on Greg Hardy, man. I'm gonna come and meet him and try to swing to the fence. And I'm not. We don't get paid by the hour. If we can get it done in the first round, good. But I do think he have the skills and he's long, he's reach. He can make the fight go longer. But it's gonna step to him. I'm not. I want to get it done in the first round. I'm willing to take a risk, even if I go out. But I'm willing to close the distance and take a risk.
Right. And do you think this fight will be the fight of the night? I know the UFC 249 card has a bunch of great fights. Is this one going to be special?
Dude, if we got a fight of the night, this is. Did you see the fights, man? Luke Vicente versus Nick Purse, Francis Ngannou in the card, Tony Ferguson. This is crazy. If I got a fight of the night, they'll be like, but I don't know. I don't see it. I think we're gonna get it done. Me or him, one of us gonna go down. I'm gonna take a risk. I don't care. I'm gonna force the shoot. I'm gonna close the distance. I have to take a risk. I think one of us is gonna go down. I don't think this is gonna be a fight of the night.
Certainly. And of course, we did bring up some of the other fights on that card. I know the one that has everyone's attention is that interim lightweight title fight between Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje. How do you see that one playing out?
I don't know why, but I think Justin gonna get it done. He's willing to go forward. He's willing to take a punch. As like Tony's the same way, but I think Justin got way more power, and I think he's gonna get it done. Tony got punched a lot, man. And yeah, I'm with Justin on this one.
Absolutely. And just one final question.
Too bad we're probably never going to see Khabib versus Tony.
Yeah, hopefully we do. That is the fight. It's one of those fights where every single time it gets booked, it falls apart, which just makes it more and more and more wanted by the fans.
Yeah.
So I do just have one final question for you. I will let you go. I know you're probably super busy right now with the quarantine and everything, but if you go into this UFC 249 fight with Greg Hardy and get that win, a knockout, as you said, what do you think is next for you? What does a win do for Yorgan de Castro?
I think they're going to have to give me a ranking opponent. Greg Hardy is not ranking right now, but he's definitely a big name, and the UFC got a lot of hope on him. Not just UFC, a lot of people think he can do good in the division. If I go down there and I finish him, and next one has to be big. I was thinking and go down to 205, but I don't know. I'm too heavy right now. I'm 265 right now, yeah. But
265 on the dot?
On the dot, man. But I eat everything I want, so I can eat everything. I'm having fun, but I think those guys big. I know I got the power and speed, but I don't know. In the future, maybe 205.
Yeah, because I know in your past you have fought, you've moved around from the different weight classes. So I believe the last time we talked, you were dead set on competing at heavyweight because you could have more pizza. Is that still?
Yes, right? That's the thing. Yeah, but right now I'm thinking. I mean, this is a next level thing. I mean, especially if you hit the top 10, those guys gonna be different level. I'm not that tall. I'm 6'1". I used to fight 205. There's no reason not to do it again. I did it before 205. I fought on 185. Just gonna stay more disciplined and focus, and I maybe can do it. But that's the thing that we're gonna get together, me and my coach and my manager, and figure out.
Certainly. Well, Yorgan, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I wish you well, and I wish you to stay safe.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Have a good one.
I like this thing, though. I don't know what it's.
Yeah, me too. Right?